Now, Washington Mornings on the Mall. At AM 630. WMAL. Whoa, sweet child of mine.
6:37 on WMAL. A little GNR to wake you up in the morning. Brian Neiman, Brian Wilson back from China. Do they allow Guns N' Roses in China, by the way?
I don't know. I never heard it.
Probably not. The reason why we're playing Guns N' Roses is because they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame over the weekend. ABC News entertainment correspondent David Blaustein was there. Of course, the one guy who wasn't there was Axl Rose, the lead singer of GNR. And exactly why wasn't Axl there, David?
Well, because Axl hates Guns N' Roses, and Guns N' Roses hates Axl Rose. And Axl Rose wrote an open letter to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame last week saying, listen, I don't want you guys to induct me. I am not showing up to the ceremony. Please don't induct me. Don't even mention my name. And the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame turned around and basically said to him, tough, we're inducting you. But you want to know something? They pretty much didn't mention his name.
Really?
Mentioned his name. Yeah, the only person who mentioned his name was Chris Rock, and Chris Rock cracked a joke about him while he was inducting the Red Hot Chili Peppers, which was a pretty funny moment in the night. So, you may see that joke when HBO airs this on May 5th. I don't know, because the actual ceremony was 5 hours and 20 minutes long. Right. I don't know exactly how HBO is going to win.
Well, they'll chop that down a bit, yeah.
All right, that saddens me, because I'm a big Guns N' Roses fan. I've seen them in concert. I saw Axl at his heyday. Why? Right. What's wrong? Why doesn't he get along with Slash and the rest of the boys?
Well, basically, there's just a lot of animosity, a lot of ill will. There are a lot of things that people, I think, are just not privy to that haven't gone public. But they've obviously had major, major disagreements about the way that their careers have gone. I think Axl is very upset with the commercialization of Slash's music career, I think, is basically it. I mean, I think the majority of the animosity is between Axl and Slash. I don't really think it's so much a beef with the rest of the band, but clearly they've stuck with Slash.
All right,
as well.
My feeling is that, you know what, you can always replace the guitarist, you can always replace the drummer,
but you can't replace the lead singer.
Replace the lead singer. It just doesn't sound right. And he was such a flamboyant front man. How did it go without Axl? And who was the singer over the weekend?
Well, it's Miles Kennedy from Alter Bridge, and he actually does a very nice job. Look, he's never going to replace Axl Rose. Nobody sounds like Axl Rose. But if you've heard Axl Rose sing over the last 10, 15 years, Axl Rose doesn't sound like Axl Rose.
Yeah.
So,
he doesn't look like him either.
No, he doesn't look like him, and I think he's had some work. But Miles Kennedy, I think, he did a really nice job, and you guys will see on May 5th when HBO runs the show, when HBO does the show. He sounds good, and Slash. He's played with Slash, and he's played with Duff. They've been using him to sing Guns N' Roses songs whenever they need him, and he's actually a really good vocalist.
I think it's sort of, really just an insult to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This is an honor. This is an honor. I mean, have you been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I have not.
It's a very cool place, and for the industry of rock and roll to say, we want to honor you, and for you to turn your nose up at it, I just think it's bad form. I really do. What do you think?
He's a rock star. Rock stars aren't really...
Yeah, I guess they're not known for their good form, are they?
Well, you want to know something? What he did was actually very rock and roll, wasn't it? A little bit. So it's not a terrible thing. But, it is what it is. It wasn't the greatest Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony that I've ever seen, but it was cool. It was also, there were other disappointments too. I think Adam Yauch from the Beastie Boys not showing up, and that only happening a few hours. We only found out about that a few hours before the ceremony started, was disappointing, and perhaps it could also be a little sad. He was diagnosed with cancer a couple years ago in his salivary gland, and he's never actually gotten rid of it. He's never come out and said, I'm cured. So when he showed up, it seemed like it was a little sad. A lot of people were looking forward to the Beastie Boys performing. Instead, they got treated to a tribute to the Beastie Boys, which was actually pretty good, but it wasn't the Beastie Boys.
Speaking of cancer, Robin Gibb of the Bee Gees apparently is in very bad condition, we hear. Former Bee Gee, in a coma, has pneumonia. He's been struggling with some kind of intestinal ailment. Some say it's cancer.
Yeah, I think it's very, very unlikely that he's going to survive this. If you've seen, there was a few frightening pictures that came out of him a few months ago. He looked like that he had been battling something. I mean, he absolutely looked like he had been battling cancer. If you've unfortunately known anyone who's battled cancer and lost, you know the look, and you could tell that he had been really sick. And I think he came out. It was around Christmas time. I think he came out to do a performance that he had promised to do in London, but he looked extremely frail. So the fact that he's in a coma right now, that's not good. Not good at all.
Dave, great to have you on. We always appreciate it. Thanks very much.